I believe Modus wanted to do an intro real quick too. Do you want to go ahead and do that?
Yes. I was going to say, this is my first time being on in a good amount of time, so it's great to be back and record some videos. I just wanted to help out with Dama Dog, because I saw he was doing something and I thought I could help him.
Okay, so this is an announcement video for a custom campaign that I'm working on right now. I'm, for the moment, calling Dominion of Dama. Basically, this is going to be a custom campaign that has ships and vehicles that are Dreadnought era. Dreadnought era being from 1906 to 1920. And we got some craft here displayed for you for the campaign itself. We're just going to go through them here real quickly. This is going to be for a custom. The campaign faction is based off of the British. It's called the Kingdom of Windsor. And we'll just kind of go down the line here. So this is a bomber that I put together. Modus helped with the painting. And it is the Anvil bomber. It actually has a cram bombs here in the bottom. Had to do some ACB if I could really get that working right. I think it turned out pretty well. Modus has been rigging these up to where if they lose a certain amount of health, they'll catch fire. Actually, a pretty cool effect.
Would you like me to demonstrate real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, let me get over to the ACB. So, I have it so if it has below 80% health, it will just set all the smoke generators to have a little flame come out of their engine. So whenever it gets below 80% health, it will start doing that. I have it set to 80% because around that is whenever it kind of starts losing its wings and it starts flying kind of weird. So,
Okay.
About 80% would be kind of the sweet spot. I've been doing that on a majority of the planes, so. And then, yeah. So there we go, and I'll just go and stop them.
Okay. So next we're going to move on to the destroyer here. This guy is called the Leviticus class destroyer. I'm going to have to bring my UI back up here. She's running 4-inch. I believe these are... Gosh, I can't remember. I built so many freaking boats here. I can never remember what all. Let's see. Yeah, these are armor piercing. And this thing gets about, what do I have this guy set for? Does a top speed... It actually should be doing about 30 meters a second, but yeah. Trying to get speed to save it from the depths is kind of a pain in the ass, but yeah, she's got some torpedo tubes here, about midship. Been pretty happy with it so far. I don't think Modus has had a chance to paint this one up yet, have you?
No, but there wasn't really all that much left to do. I'm sorry, I had to...
Oh, that's cool.
But I mean, there's still stuff left to do if I really wanted to, and I may. So
Okay.
I'll look and see if there's anything I can do left in the future. From what it looks, you've already covered the majority of it with decorations, which you did, I'd like to say, another good job on.
Thank you. I was trying to make it look like there was just like a gun shield back here and tried to put some chairs and somewhere to load the shells, and I used the Fortress controller to make it look like you would like spin the turret around and change the elevation and whatnot with it. And I used the small boiler controller for like the breech of the cannon here, and the cram firing piece for the end of the gun.
Not only that, but you had a telescopic...
Yes, I have a... Yeah, I used the telescope so it would look like I had a sight mounted on there. And those are all done with Mimic, so that way the rear of the gun can get some armor from that.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on, we have over here... This is a light cruiser, the Triumph class. A bit more heavier DACA. I believe these are 7-inch guns. That looks to be the case.
Let me check. Yeah, 178 millimeters, so right around there.
She's also got some torpedoes here, some light anti-aircraft weapons here. Looks like Modus has added a few things that I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance to look through a whole lot of these yet. But yeah, he's been doing some pretty good work here, trying to bring a bit more life to these designs and a bit more detail. Doing a good job on them so far.
Yeah, I've been working through and seeing what I couldn't do with the rigging decorations. I've even changed around kind of how flags are orientated. I've been painting it. I've been looking for things that were maybe missed within the construction process, like different anchors and new seats. I've even added like little lights. This one is set up to a anti-air. This little light is set up to an anti-air
AI? Yeah.
Yes, anti-air AI. So it'll follow and track the planes.
Okay.
So,
I also tried
right
to give these weapons like a little bit of detail on the inside of their gun housings as well.
Yep. I like how you did the recoil absorbers. They do look like actual recoil absorbers. That did turn out.
Yeah, I thought so. And this guy over here, this is going to be the heavy cruiser. I believe the main guns, yeah, they're about 10-inch. And these guns along the side, they're about 8-inch. I just kind of rounded them to an even number. Madus, have you done much with this one yet?
I can't recall if I have gotten a chance to get around to this one. I apologize, I had to cough again.
Oh, that's okay.
But, I'm pretty sure the only thing I had a chance to... Oh, why is there a flag on here? I just noted. Are you seeing this flag on the back of the smokestack over here?
Yes, I didn't know if that was intentional or not.
No, that was accidental. I think I accidentally placed that. The other day, I didn't get much of a chance to finish it up, but there's still work left on it to do, which I plan on working on. What I plan on doing is adding some rigging to the boat. I noticed there wasn't any anchors, and I may add an anchor. I may make the guns a little bit more. Like I may add something to the guns. It looks like you already got them though, so. Yep. So.
Alright, moving on.
Appears to be good so far.
Yeah. These are all very much a work in progress, so yeah. Anyway, this over here is another one that Modus is also prettied up. This is based off actually the world's first battle cruiser. It is I believe it's the Lionheart class battle cruiser. Yes. This was kind of a challenge because I had no idea what the hell to do with this kind of no man's land area here. And it was kind of a catch-22 because if I put something there, then it was going to block line of sight for one of the turrets. But if I didn't, I just hated having that big, huge, empty spot in the middle of the ship. But I think it'll do okay because 3 of the turrets will still be able to fire. So, Modus, you have anything you'd like to mention on this build?
I would like to just say that it was really well done. I really thought of it. I can kind of agree with the open thing. Like, there's not much to do, just kind of the dead space. A lot of the real early ships like that were kind of like that, so I can kind of appreciate that. I would like to say though, the chains back here that we used to make it look like the anchors were being held like the spool and all that. I think it turned out pretty well.
Yes.
Added a little island with a telescope on it for it to just kind of pretty it up and make it look like it's actually attached to something and it never got in the way of the gun.
By the way, we should probably note real quick that these all these things that are showing up as yellow on my screen here, they do have local weapon controllers and they do have ammunition hooked up to them and everything. I think it's just some kind of bug, so don't worry about that. I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Yes, I have been running into that issue as well. I added little telescopes and periscopes off to the side, plus mimic hatches and stuff that have been added onto here to make it look like the actual gun itself has firing and viewing ports in places where.
Oh yeah.
You know,
he's been doing this on a lot of the turrets.
I can't recall if I added the lifeboat crane onto this one or not. I don't think there was room for it on this one.
No, you got one.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. Over here. Normally they turn, but this one didn't have the room to, so I put it in, had it set to rotate, so it kind of looks like it was ready to grab onto lifeboats to, take them off. In the case of it needing to be used. I added another one of the spotlights to aim at aircraft, but yeah.
Did you want to add something, Lolkari?
Yeah, about the change up front, I would adjust them just slightly so they look like they're no longer, overlapping each other.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, we could probably fix it. That's not too big a deal.
I did this in kind of a
Rush?
hurry, that was all. Yeah, I was kind of cramming on time for a lot of these, but...
Also, I think we need some protection for these local weapon controllers down here. I keep forgetting about that too, but functionally she's complete for the most part.
Yep, and I can fix these chains, but for now this is just kind of the rough draft for the, if that makes sense.
Anyway, I think we can move on to the Dreadnought here. This is actually inspired by the original HMS Dreadnought. She is using 13.5-inch guns. I should mention that these over here, I believe I think these are 13-inch guns as well, or 13.5. But yeah, these things are pretty nasty. There's like 5 turrets. But the problem with this is that only 4 of the turrets can fire at the same time. It just does not seem like a very efficient design to me, honestly, but this is how they built the thing, so that's what we ended up with. I've been trying to base a lot of these ships off of real-world counterparts, and that's kind of a theme that we're trying to go here with this campaign. Modus, did you want to add anything to this?
Yes, I would like to say that, where was it? I added the torpedo nets on the side of the little torpedo
these things?
protection systems.
What'd you use to do that? What are those, like poles or what?
Yeah, I just used metal poles on the side.
Yeah, that's what the texture looked like there.
Yep. And so, it looks like an actual torpedo net. It turned out pretty well, I'd say. I did them to both sides and mirrored it, so it would, like I copied and flipped it on the correct axis, so it would turn out correctly.
As you all can see, I kind of went a little cray-cray with the casemates here, but I think it turned out pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, they did have a decent casemates, so I could do that. And they blend in pretty well, and they don't take up too much space. So
yeah.
I would say...
I mean, I don't mind fudging here and there a little bit on these designs, just so as long as they look good enough.
Yep.
We got like tons of AA up here, some flat guns. We got some the octuple Bofors back here in the back.
Yep.
Actually, of all of these out here, I think this hull is probably my favorite. It was a bit of a chore trying to get that shape.
Yeah, it did turn out pretty well.
I wasn't a big fan of these wing turrets though, because it just adds a bunch of bulk to the ship, but I guess I made it work, so.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's move on to the last one over here. This one is going to be the Iron Maiden class Super Dreadnought. She is based off of the Iron Duke class, and she is using 15-inch guns with 6-meter autoloaders. And yeah, this thing is, well, pretty much terrifying. She's got about, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of armor. It's an alloy metal composite, very, very tanky. Gets about 15 meters a second. That's kind of like the speed limit for dreadnoughts in general in this. The battle cruisers, they're gonna get like about 18, just a little bit faster. But yeah, there's kind of a sod-cat speed limit for most the craft in this campaign. But yeah, this is the Kingdom of Windsor here. I think we're probably going to try doing more of these videos as we progress through building these, so you guys can have a look at them and just kind of follow along with what we're doing. Is there anything that you would like to add, Modus, before we wrap this up?
Yes, just one thing about this ship. Once again, we see the crane once again appearing, but this time I have it set up on a ACB, so it rotates from left to right.
Oh, the one that's on the rear tower, is that the one you're talking about?
Yep, the one on the rear tower, so it actually moves during, well, while the ship is around, while it exists.
Oh, another...
I'd say these...
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'd say these cranes, it turned out pretty well. They fit on a majority of the ships, and I can change them to however I need, and I think they fit really well.
I think you said that as a sub-object, did you not?
Yes, I did. They're very easily customizable. I can change their size, and really all I have to do is just change the length, width, and basically the ratio of everything to make it different for every ship.
Okay. Something I failed to mention earlier about the Super Dreadnought is, so far in this faction, she's the only one to have the twin casemates.
Yes. Although these, even though they're the twin casemates and they may look a little off from not being the single ones, they do blend in pretty well, and you may not even realize it, let's say. It may just look kind of off, like, oh, this one has one and this one has two, but honestly, you did a really good job at not just putting them down and just, you know.
I'm trying to make it look like they belong there for the most part.
Yeah.
I think I accomplished that. But I think before we end this, I think we should leave them with a bit of a teaser.
Sure.
So, I want to show you guys a ship that JDog123 was kind enough to build for us. This is the Constitution class, if it loads. And this has to be the classiest ship we have for this campaign so far. She is just gorgeous. And I'm glad he decided to do this, because I don't think I would have had the patience to do these cage masts at all.
Didn't J-Dog? He did it by himself, correct?
Yes.
You know, that looks like something from American Fleet.
Actually, this is based off of, I believe it's,
Wyoming or New York, something like that.
No, I want to say South Carolina, but I'm not entirely sure.
No, South Carolina only had two turns in the front.
Right. Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head what he has this based off of. It figures I went blank on it.
Is it Nevada?
Wyoming, saying that the Wyoming had two turns.
I could see why. Yeah, I could see it being Wyoming.
I think it's the Wyoming.
Okay. J-Dog also did his casemates a little bit differently than myself. I used the actual casemates, but if we have a quick look in here, he actually used actual APS.
AA mantlets.
Yes.
These all AA mantlets fit in perfectly. Is it a autoloaded or a diff? Autoloaded.
Yeah, these are autoloaders. It's I would do it this way, except I just think the casemates might have a bit more durability than these. That's the only reason why I've been using them. But he did a real good job on how these turn.
It does present a little bit of a weak point, but all in all, it does not really harm anything, and it looks amazing. It
really does, yes.
Yeah. I'd like to say to get this amount of detail on a boat is crazy. This takes a lot of...
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is probably going to be one of the better looking ships in the campaign. Of course, some of these boats, a lot of us have not gone around to. by some of us in me.
Yeah, it's all a work in progress.
Yeah. This, honestly, I probably, like Dama said, I would not, like, he said that he wouldn't, he said what? That you would not have the time to do it?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have the time to do it in this kind of detail.
Well, I wouldn't have the, same as him, like, I would not have the amount of time to do it in detail. I could see,
But from what it sounded like, it sounded like
this,
that he was trying to do a replica with this, so it's probably, yeah, like a functional replica, I guess would be a way to describe it.
This does pave the way, though, to kind of show as an example. I was I was planning on going more in depth on some of these boats over here, especially the heavier ones and the boss ones of the Kingdom of Winter faction.
Windsor.
Over Windsor, yeah.
Yeah. But one last thing I think we should mention is there's going to be like 7 factions for this. There's going to be one based off the Austria-Hungary. There's going to be one based off Britain. There's going to be one based off of Germany. There's going to be one based off France, the United States, the Soviet Union, Japan. Did I say Germany already?
No. But yeah, Germany.
Yeah. So I think that's all. I believe we settled on Japan being the final or quote unquote boss faction. So more or less, yes. So, yeah, J-Dog, if you're watching this, thanks a lot for sending this to us. I'm sure it's going to make a great centerpiece for the Republic of Free States, which it was built for. Anyway, Lokari or Modus, you guys want to add anything else?
I mean, I said everything that I already could. I mean, I guess I can recap this by saying this boat in general, the ship over here paves the way to. It kind of shows an example, and we can use some of the mimics as ideas for other boats. For example, some of the other ones I haven't finished. This actually gave me a few ideas for them, but this is great design. And that, not much to say.
Okay, Lokari, you have anything you'd like to add?
Not really.
You think they're looking pretty good so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. So this has been Damadaki 2 along with Madame Madus and Lokari. We will hopefully be bringing you more of these update videos as we progress through building our factions here. So y'all have yourselves a hell of a day and keep your hammer high. Later.
But